Yeah, yo, sometimes you gotta go to war for what you believe in. Sometimes you gotta go to war for what it is that you want, what you see that's right. I'm about to go to war, but lyrically. War cry, baby. Yeah. Hey yo, war cry echoes in the background. That's the sound of soldiers getting ripped up and tore down. Lyrically dismantle metaphors and manhandle. Marauder with me.
Welcome back to another episode of Impose My Will podcast. I am your brother and one of your hosts, Ramone. With me today, of course, my other brother, big bro, Joe. How you doing?
Doing pretty good, man. How y'all doing, y'all?
That's what's up. That's what's up. So
how you doing today, though?
I'm cool, man. I just got off of work, so you know what I'm saying. I just got off of work. You know what I mean? But I know we spoke about jumping right back on. Because of some special things going on this weekend. But I'm good, man. I'm good. Everything cool your way?
Yeah, man. Everything been good. Been working like a dog. But, same old, man. Just keeping active.
Trying to pay the doggone bills, man. You know what I'm saying? Got to. So, yeah, man. So this is a special one for anybody that's tuning in. We appreciate y'all. We appreciate all of the views from our last episode. Our last episode was pretty dope. Again, we kind of discussed how we was outside, man. We've been outside the last couple of weeks, and here we are. We're getting ready to be back outside this weekend. You know what I mean? To kind of follow up with Mike Vega and, just the other fighters that's going to be on this card. So just to kind of remind people, Friday, October 4th at the Seneca Niagara Casino, we will be at the boxing event. It's called Fight Night. We will be there. And we're going to do a follow-up interview with Mike Vega after his fight. And we're hoping to even do some more things there with some of the other fighters. So this episode is more so dedicated to them. It's more so dedicated to the fighters on that card and the event itself. We are going to cover some of the stuff that happened last weekend. Last weekend wasn't heavy with fights, but there was a few. Alicia Baumgartner, Michaela, of course. So we'll talk about that.
There's been a lot of boxing news too, to be honest with you.
Say it again.
I said there's been a lot of boxing news too popping up. It's a lot going on, man.
It's a lot of stuff. Devin Haney suing Ryan Garcia. It's a lot of stuff going on. Tank.
Tank got a new fight set up.
Got a new fight. Errol Spence Jr. and Fundora.
That's set up.
Is locked in, top of the year. Which I'm still trying to figure out who the heck his new trainer is.
You and everybody else, but he looked like he having fun, man. I've seen a few pics. Exactly. Like he's been doing some traveling and stuff like that. So we're adding on the addition with the farm, huh?
I said he back skinny too.
Yeah, man. It looks like he's focused. He locked in, man. So that's what's up. He looks good, to put it like that.
Yeah, he looks good. So there is a ton of stuff, and on the next one we will get into all of that. It's enough news, for 2 episodes right now. There's a lot going on in the sport, man. So let's get into it, man. I want to jump first into the Alicia Baumgartner fight. I'll be honest with you. I was in and out of the actual fight card. Nothing really blew me away from what I was seeing. You know what I'm saying? But I made sure that I was tuned into the actual main event, which was Alicia Baumgartner versus Delphine Pursuant. I think last episode I said her last name wrong. Delphine. But give me an assessment of what you saw and how you felt about things.
From what I saw, honestly, it looked like it would have been a wash type of fight. Like Alicia looked great. Catching her with a lot of the jabs, banging her with some of the hooks to the body, and pretty much staying on her. Pursuant, it was kind of trying to like walk her down, but it was like she was just walking into a lot of the punches majority of the times. Walking right into a stiff jab. You've seen a lot of clinching in the fight earlier, and then there was a couple of head collisions too. And which that's pretty much what happened. We only got to the 4th round before the fight turned into a no contest due to a accidental collision. Like I said, the way Pursuant was like walking into a lot of punches and they was clinching.
Yeah.
It was an accidental head collide, and she probably could have kept on going, but
Mm-hmm.
where the cut was, it was literally like right over her eye, and literally just like bleeding into it, like how they was like covering up, and you couldn't stop it. So it's like she
Right.
wasn't gonna be able to fight that way.
For
So
sure.
and I guess based off the rules with the boxing, it has to make it past fifth round to go to
Mm-hmm.
the cards,
Mm-hmm.
and became a no contest because it was stopped in the fourth. So
Right. Understood. Yeah, that was the fight for the most part. That was the fight.
that was it.
It's not a whole lot to talk about when it came to that
Yeah,
fight. I'll say this though. The event in general was kind of, in my opinion, I don't mean to be disrespectful, but it felt kind of like a circus act, right? It kind of felt like,
I was going to ask you about that too.
yeah. It felt
Yeah.
like an exhibition event, is what it
Mm-hmm.
felt like. You know, if
Because
you ever
like
watch,
the venue I'm not familiar with in
no,
Fayetteville, Georgia.
no.
Like, I've been down there, but I'm not familiar with it. It looked nice
Yeah,
how it was, but it
yeah,
was weird because like
yeah.
honestly it seemed like a small art.
It was invite only. So it's just a couple hundred people. Everybody
Mm-hmm.
was all black. It looked like that everybody was at a funeral or something. Um, the
The
announcer
seats
from
was not packed up either too.
nah, not at all, not at all. The guy, the announcer from Brinks TV was a wild dude. He was a wild call and response. I mean, he was
Mm-hmm.
everywhere. You know what I'm saying? Which to me, it felt like a circus. It felt like a circus act.
All right.
The special effects in the arena, all that stuff moving up and going down and all this different stuff. It did not feel like a boxing event. I'm sure the bag was good because Alicia and them, you know,
Mm-hmm.
they had the largest purse bid in, I think, in female boxing history. So,
Mm-hmm.
the money was probably good, but this was a weird event to me. It did
Yeah.
not feel like a boxing event. It felt like a kind of Jake Paul kind of exhibition event.
Yeah, it did give that type of vibe.
Absolutely. To give a little commentary on the fight, I mean, you broke it down pretty much the way it happened. Alicia was sharp.
Yeah.
Um,
Hella sharp.
Yeah, she got hit with a couple of shots, which is normal, but she was sharp. And if the fight would have continued on, I think she would have been successful in her in getting the win. The headbutt. So it's interesting, yo.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, the clash was, and where Delphine got cut. It was an interesting space, right?
Right.
Now I can't remember. You tell me. But was it gushing and bleeding out crazy?
It wasn't gushing and bleeding out crazy, but
Yeah.
it was flowing nonstop.
Okay.
Like
It
the
was flowing.
moment they had put compression on it and they had
Yeah.
moved from it, it just started
Yeah.
coming back down.
Okay. So that particular.
And it was right in her eye. Like the cut
Okay.
was literally right on her brow.
Gotcha.
So
Gotcha.
mm,
And the doctor decided to stop it, which is understood. I will say this though, we've seen similar things happen in men's boxing, and they have let the men kind of more so go out on their shield.
right.
Or at least let them get some more rounds in. And if they couldn't, if the cut man could not do a good job of stopping the bleeding, you're not going to stop it completely. But, each round they doctor it up, they put the Vaseline or whatever the case may be as compression,
Right.
and let them go back out and fight. I felt like, again, I'm not a doctor. I'm not I'm not a specialist. I don't know. But I felt like they at least could have gave her another round just to see if what the cut man did to it was adequate enough for her to continue to fight.
It was interesting because the ref kept
Mm-hmm.
on asking. He was like, "Hey, what you think?" And he was asking her. She kind of like wanted to go, but
Yeah,
her cut man, he was like, "Yeah," he was like, "The bleeding is not going to stop." The ref is looking. He was like, "Well, I'll let you decide what you're going to do. Do you think she could fight?" He was like, "The blood is literally going right into her eye. Like the moment he took it off, because like I said, it was literally
yeah,
like centimeters away from him. So it was
yeah,
like right there. So it was like
yeah,
you really couldn't go on. Like the Fundora fight, with Tim Tszyu, that
yeah,
looked like so much worse because it was like gushing to come down.
yeah,
Trying to fight like that, it would have been that, but she would have been at a disadvantage because her eye, she lost, She wouldn't be able to see eye to eye, period.
Yeah,
So
yeah, that's true. That's very true.
understand. So it was an understandable stoppage. It just sucked because, like, honestly, like I said, Alicia probably would have won every round in that fight the way it was looking. So
I would, if I was Delphine, I would have been pissed just because so much was on the line. You know what I'm saying? Titles
yeah,
on.
and you could tell she was.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah. You know, I would have said, Joe, patch me up. You know, if I had to say so, patch me up, and let me go. Let me go out there and try to be great, eat gushing and everything. You know, because
right.
so much is on the line. This a win could have changed the whole trajectory of her career. But you know, can't argue with the doctor. They know more about the cuts and where they are than we do. So totally understandable, man. Anything else you have you want to contribute to that, or you good?
Nah, like I said, that one was what it was. It was short, and
Yeah,
that was
yeah,
it.
yeah. Let's move over to Michaela Mayer versus Sandy Ryan. You wanna start that one?
This fight, I didn't really catch.
Okay.
I had to watch the highlights on this one, but from what I saw when I watched the recap of it, like this was a great fight.
Yes.
I do plan on going back to rewatch it from the beginning and the whole fight itself. But
Yeah.
it looked like it was a great fight through and through from first round to the end.
Yeah.
With seeing it going down to the decision, man, it was a lot of bombs. I loved how Meyer was able to fight on her back foot,
Yep.
controlling because Sandy Ryan was coming in a lot of the times that I saw. And they was both dropping bombs back and forth. You said it good the other day. For females, definitely probably a good fight of the year.
Yeah.
But that was a very entertaining fight. Like, compared to even some of the guys' fights, like this was an entertaining fight. And, honestly, it's funny that we speak good about Alicia Baumgartner and Michaela Meyer. I kind of wouldn't mind seeing that fight again.
Sure. It was super competitive.
Yeah.
Super competitive.
Especially after that presentation with them. So it's like, that was hell of a fight.
Yeah. And you could tell this fight meant a lot to Michaela because, she's coming off of 2 losses.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Her first 2 losses. First loss to Alicia and then the second loss. Back-to-back losses. So, again, we're in that era where, a loss shouldn't define you, but it does in this era. You know what I'm saying? In this era, it defines a lot of people. A lot of people believe that they're, pretty much, on the bottom of the barrel once they catch their first L or their second L or whatever case may be. And she got two in a row, which I know mentally did something to her for sure. But you could tell she trained her. I mean, you could tell she trained her butt off.
Yeah.
She was in great shape, great condition. Again, Sandy was, pushing. She was pushing the action, pushing her. She was fighting off her back foot, like you said, but fighting well. A lot of action, a lot of shots, bombs being thrown. Great fight, and she pulled it off and got the victory. And became a champion again.
Yeah.
On top of that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it was a great fought victory, coming off of 2 losses in a row. You know what I'm saying? In a new weight class also. So hats off to her, man. Hats off to her.
Yeah.
Great fight. I did say that, for the females, this might be my fight of the year so far because of how competitive it was. I know we just saw Clarissa. We went to Detroit to go see Clarissa. She dropped homegirl with the quickness, but I love competitive fights. I love to see knockouts too. Don't get me wrong, but but the competitive fights, they live on forever. They live you can watch them over and over and over. 4 or 5 years, 10 years, 20 years down the road. We could turn on Hagler and Hearns or whatever the case may be, and watch them and still be in awe. Like, man, these dudes really, really got busy. So. Yeah, that's all I got for this fight, man. It was a well fought victory. I'm probably saying that wrong, but that's okay. But dope fight.
Great fight.
Yeah, man. So moving on to why we're really here today. To talk about the event. Again, the event is going down October 4th at the Seneca Niagara Casino and Resort in Niagara Falls, New York. If you have not purchased tickets, from my understanding, there are some left. Me and Joe got ours. We're gonna be in the building,
Yes.
moving around, moving and grooving. You know,
So if y'all
handshake.
see us, come
Right.
holler at us, man.
Please do. Come see us, man. Come see us. We will
Yeah.
have some kind of impose my will apparel on so you can identify us. But yeah, so let's chop it up a little bit. The thing about this is it's a pro card, right?
Yes.
But a lot of these fighters don't have extensive careers, extensive backgrounds professionally, which is good because we're watching them develop right in front of our eyes. I know
Exactly.
me and Joe went to the last event together. And what's cool is the main 3 or 4 fighters on the card, they've been on the same card multiple times. I think at least 3 times. So we're literally watching a career. We're blessed to be here, be in the area, and to see them go through their professional careers, and we get to be front row for it. So kick us off, big dog. Kick us off.
Yeah, we have a few fights on this card. Obviously they should have prelim fights. And then jumping into the main card.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna start off with actually talk about the top 4 fights because last 2 I know, which would be Spencer Wilcox and Alexander Castellano.
Mm-hmm.
Their fighters wasn't named at that time when
Oh,
we got the information.
yep,
But starting off at the bottom 4, we're gonna have Mike Vega versus Chris J. Ortiz.
yep.
And Mike, if you guys haven't, go back to remember what episode actually
It's
it's a
2
special interview
special interview.
that we did with Mike Vega,
Yep.
and his record, he is 4-2. He's a tremendous fighter,
Mm-hmm.
um, and he's going against, like I said, Chris Ortiz, who is 0-3.
Right.
And he don't have that much experience. That guy, he got about like 6 rounds,
Yeah.
and from what I'm seeing, so it should be a great fight. Hopefully this will be a good fight for Mike to bounce back. He fought a hell of a fight last time, but the guy that he fought was just, it came down to that decision where, saying he was letting his hands go just a little bit more.
Yeah.
But yeah, this should be an excellent fight.
Let's talk about that real quick. So the opponent, Chris J. Ortiz, he got some rounds. He got 3 fights. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? And win, lose, or draw, you learn. And I hope that, he's taken the culmination of all 3 fights and use that for fuel to give Mike a good fight. You know what I'm saying? Mike is our guy. Let's put it out there right now. That's our guy. That's our dude. But we want him to be in good fights. You know what I mean?
Yes.
If he wash him, he wash him. If he loses, he loses. But we want him to be in good fights, no matter what, because good fights last forever. But with Mike, coming off of that last fight, he did come up short in his previous fight. And it's interesting because in his interview, he said that when he was in the amateurs, he was always told that he had pro style, meaning
Yeah.
the pro style is a slower style. It's more methodical, strategy based. In the amateurs, it's the point system, so it's pop, 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 punch, 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 punch. Try to score, whatever the case may be. And my critique, and I don't even have a critique, but what I see is Mike, he takes his time in the first couple of rounds, and then it's kind of like he's downloading the data
Yeah.
of his opponent.
Which you see a lot of fighters, like I said, that
Yep.
got that pro style. Tank is famous for that,
Yep.
where he takes about like the first couple of rounds.
Yep.
Lomachenko is known for that, where first
Yeah.
couple of rounds they download that information, and
Yep.
then next later rounds they build up.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
but takes a couple off and then he destroy you, you know.
Right.
But
Mm.
I'm hoping, and this is my hope for Mike. I'm hoping that he starts a little quicker, because that's going to be great in the long run once they have more rounds, right?
Exactly.
This
Yeah,
is
because
this 4
is it
rounds.
this 4 round? 4 rounds?
It's 4 rounds, yeah. 4 round
Yeah.
super lightweight fight, right? So it's
Right.
4 rounds. So even though you start slow because you're downloading data, if you lose 2 rounds, you're down. Now you got to play
Yeah.
catch up. So I'm
Mm-hmm.
hoping that he let his jab go a bit and use that as a strategy while he's figuring out his opponent. So he's still at least scoring before he start to launch his attack. His last fight, I think it was the last round. He let his hands go.
Yeah,
He
because
was
he
cracking,
dominated that last round, in my
dominated the
eyes. You
last
know what I
round.
mean? Dominated.
Yeah, but
Mm-hmm.
in order for him to have won the fight, he would have had to drop him. We would have to knock him out, actually.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm hoping that he uses his jab, he uses his footwork while he's downloading his data, still scoring points, and you get the victory, man. We rooting on you, big dog.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And based off from what I'm looking at with Ortiz, he's a Puerto Rican fighter.
Yes,
So his style, he's probably going to be coming at him a little aggressive anyway.
for sure.
So he's definitely going to want to get going
Mm-hmm.
ahead and saying let them hands fly. So
Absolutely. I'm seeing here. Ortiz is from. Actually, no,
he's
not Ortiz.
fighting out of Virginia, I believe,
He's
and
fighting.
out of Arroyo, Puerto Rico.
Okay.
Yeah,
All
he's
right.
fighting out of West Virginia, Huntington, West Virginia, and
Okay.
he's originally from Arroyo, Puerto Rico.
Dope. Shout
Yeah,
out to the Boricuas. That's what's up. That's what's up.
that's what's up. Mm-hmm.
Cool, man. What we got next, big dog?
The next fight on that card will be Joseph Macy fighting Michael Shaw.
Mm-hmm.
This fight should be very interesting
Mm-hmm.
because Joseph Macy is making his pro debut.
Yes.
So, what I'm saying, he's going to be fresh stepping into this ring. He's a local fighter as well.
Mm-hmm.
And he's fighting out the Buffalo Boxing Gym, as
Yeah.
well as I think Mike is fighting out the Buffalo Boxing Gym as well too.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
Michael Shaw
Mm-hmm.
is 0-1.
Oh,
So
okay. Yep.
yeah, I mean, so they're both fresh fighters,
Yeah.
stepping into this fight. So this should be a good one. And
Yep.
I believe they are heavyweights.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. They are yeah, heavyweights, big boys.
Yeah.
Yeah. So shout out to my boy Casino the Dream. I got a message from him a week or so ago, and he was like, "Yo, you gonna be at the event?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm gonna be at the event." And if anybody's from Western New York, you heard the name. I was blessed to do a little bit of training with him. Awesome kickboxer, awesome karateka, and he got hands like a boxer. But he hit me. He was saying, "Yo, you're gonna be at the event." I'm like, "Yeah, we're gonna be in the building." And he was like, "Listen, I want you to look out and listen out for this guy named Joe Macy or Joe Messi. I believe it's pronounced Messi or Macy, one or the other." But I'm like, "Oh, word? Why?" He said, "He's the real deal." He said, "He's the real deal.
Okay.
He's making his debut." And he said, he's the real deal. He said, "That's my guy. I believe working with him, doing some things with him." He said, "So be on the lookout because he's the one." So, of course, I'm excited to see him, you know what I'm saying, to see him do his thing.
Oh yeah.
If my man the Dream, say it's that, I believe him. You know what I mean? I believe him because I know him. I know how he get down. So I'm gonna be on the lookout. I'm gonna be on the lookout, man. I'm hoping for great things for our brother Joe, man, up here, man. And to his opponent, Michael Shaw, man, I'm hoping that he gives a great effort. I'm looking for good fights. Somebody gonna get knocked out. I understand.
Yeah.
These the big boys too, the heavyweights.
Yeah, which should
You
be
know what I
good
mean?
because I don't think we had a heavyweight fight last time. I think they was all middleweight and below.
Yeah, agree. Yep.
Yeah, and Michael, he's fighting out of Atlanta,
Yep.
Georgia.
Yep.
So yeah, man, we're gonna see what they got, man. I'm looking forward to this one, especially with it being debuts, man. It's like
Yeah.
it's something exciting to look for. Like, what you got? This is your time. Yeah, I mean, first time under the big lights.
Yep.
And especially with this being ESPN Friday night fight or
Yeah.
whatever it is, it's going to be, what I'm saying,
Yep.
a good night. Yep.
100%, man. 100%. What's next, big dog?
Let's move on to the next fight, which will be
Mm-hmm.
the co-main event with
Mm-hmm.
Jeffrey Nagayat.
Mm-hmm.
This is fighting out of Buffalo Boxing Gym as well, in Buffalo, New York. And he's going against Wilfredo Flores.
Okay.
And I believe this is going to be actually a great fight, man.
Yes.
Jeffrey, he's 7-2 with 6 knockouts.
Mm-hmm.
He had a very impressive knockout last fight when we was there.
Mm-hmm.
Wilfredo Flores, he is 10-3 with 5 knockouts, but he has a little bit more experience
Mm-hmm.
than Jeffrey do. I didn't see none of his fights to really assess, but I believe he is also from the local area.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but yeah, man, this should be a good one.
Mm-hmm. Well, Fredo was from Dunkirk, so yeah, he's from
Oh
he's
yeah, okay, cool.
he's from down the street. So yeah, listen, anytime Jeffred is on a card, I'm there. I'm a big fan. Probably my favorite fighter on the card. One of my favorite fighters out of West New York, especially when it comes to boxers. If anybody has seen him and seen his style,
Very impressive.
very impressive. He bring the action. He got great footwork, great feet. He let them hands go, man. He once you start putting together them combinations, boy, they 5, 6, 7s. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And you know
Um,
what though? Like I'm
yeah.
excited too because like
Mm-hmm.
I like the Congo fighters. He's from Congo. He's originally
Yes.
born and raised out of Congo.
Yes.
So
Yes.
it's like, we talked about Martin Bacoli. He was
Yeah.
another one of the favorite
Yep.
fighters. So,
Yep.
but it's like, yo, his style is very impressive. And
Yeah.
it's like I'm looking forward to see what he brings to the table with
Mm-hmm.
this fight. And we've been actually around and bumping into him. We just haven't had the chance to actually chat with him. There's been a couple places where
We
we've
was
been
right
and we
across from.
see him go, see
Yeah.
him going out the way and stuff like that. So it's just
Yeah.
like, yo, yeah, this would be a good fight to catch, and hopefully we'll be able to get some commentary from him at some point.
Yeah. We for sure. We for sure. Will bump into him and get with him and stuff like that, man. I'm excited to make that happen. Yeah, and then also, for people who are outside of Western New York who watches this, Benny the Butcher, the rapper, he is under Benny's promotional company. I believe he still is under the promotional company. Not the last event, but the event before that. Benny came out with him. They had a table up front and everything, and it was a really dope look for the city, for the region, to see somebody who from our area in hip hop still coming back, still doing things in the neighborhood, still doing things in the region, not just straight up bouncing, leaving, disappearing and not, not doing anything. But Benny he's really kind of around all the time. He's around, not I wouldn't say all the time, but he's around a lot, and he still has a lot going on in the area. And the fact that Jafrid is under his banner is icing on the cake. Is really, really dope to kind of see him,
That
mingling
it
and
is.
being around the event, and so man, shout out to Benny for for starting a boxing promotional company. That's amazing.
Right.
And signing a Western New York fighter.
That's big right there.
That's big. Because you know how they do. They start a record label, they start a clothing line or whatever, and get somebody from LA, Miami, Atlanta,
Right.
Houston, New York, or whatever to represent the band, their brands when our region is just as talented as anybody else. So
Yeah.
I
And it's
appreciate
just
it.
not just any other fighter. Like this fighter got skills, you know what I mean? So it's
He's
like,
good. He's good.
yeah.
He ain't like, your nephew's young man, your boy, you know what I'm saying, who like, yo, go, can you put my man on? It's not like that. It's like, no,
Nah, not
you know
at
what I
all.
mean?
Mm-hmm.
He's really good. And again, if you're not in the building, I believe you can watch it online. Check it out, man. Check out your Freed, man. He's really something special for sure. Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yeah,
Um,
I think we talk about ESPN2. It's one of the ESPNs is going to be on. I want to
yes.
say ESPN2. So,
Okay. Okay.
mhm.
ESPN2. Word. All
And
right.
then let's get to it, y'all.
Yeah.
the final fight, the main event. Your hometown girl, Mikiah Kreps,
The
will be
champ.
going against she'll be going against Marilyn Rivas.
Yeah.
Now, Mikiah is 8-0. As
Yeah.
we know, she had a good, actually a good decision win last fight,
Yeah.
uh, which was a brawl. That was not an easy fight for her.
Yeah.
And she has a total of 41 rounds. Mikiah is ranked number 1 at super bantamweight
Mm-hmm.
and number 7 in the globe, which is very impressive, man.
Mm-hmm.
She'd be taking on Marilyn Rivas, who is 17-5-3.
Yeah.
And her last bout, she actually lost by decision to Erica Cruz,
Right.
who actually dethroned her and took her title.
Right.
So, I mean, we talking about possible belts soon. And hopefully he's in the conversation for Mikiah.
Yeah.
But yeah, the fight that she got on, man, Maryland got a lot of experience. 161 rounds.
Mm.
She fought some dogs. She's the dog. She's got 11 knockouts.
Yeah.
So this is going to be a fight to see. Definitely a
For
fight to see.
For sure. This is this for sure will be Mikiah's toughest test to date. I don't think she's fought anyone with this much experience, this many fights under her belt. So this should be a good one. This is like a level up fight for me if you ask me, when it comes to Mikiah. Mikiah being 8-0. Most of the people in the area, in the region, know who she is and seen her. I was just talking to Joe the other day. I said she kind of like Neo in the Matrix when it comes to female boxing in our area. You know what I'm saying? She's taking it to places that I don't think any other female boxer in our area has yet. Not that female boxing is super huge in our area, right? Like it ain't like a ton of them on the professional level, but you got to think about it. When she comes and fights, she's not the main event. She's typically the co-main event. Yo, the house clears out once her fight is done.
Yeah.
When
people
she
come out to see her.
People come out. She sell tickets. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to her moms too, man. Was her trainer for the majority of her career. Deb, matter of fact, I bought our tickets from her the last time. Very dope lady. But this time she's main event.
Yeah.
And that says a lot. That says a lot that
she's to her.
Absolutely salute to her. She's main event. This is, besides her, all male card.
Yeah.
And she's a female.
Same as last time too.
Same as last. Matter of fact, she's basically always the female bout on the card.
And she puts on a hell of a show, bro.
Put on a hell of a show. Even the undercards be all, man. She'd be the only female on these joints. Now she's risen to the top, and now she's the main event. The only female bout is the main event on an all-male card. I mean, I can't say enough. Enough.
Coming out of Niagara Falls, bro. That's big.
That's huge,
big, bro.
And we're proud. We're very proud of her. We're very, very proud of her. Her gym is 2 steps away from my house. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
So it's I go to the 7-Eleven. She in the 7-Eleven. Like, so it was really dope just running into her all the time. If you've seen her fight, which you have, very slick. Got for her small frame, she got pop. She got really good pop. A lot of pop. Very, very slick. Great movement. But the crazy thing is, she like Mighty Mouse, bro. She can bang it when it's time to bang it out. She can, and she displayed that in the previous fight. That was, I would say, was a very close fight. Right. And I think it was the last 2 rounds where she banged it out to get the victory. You know what I'm saying? She had to let them hands go, and she did.
The homegirl she fought was a bigger girl. I want to say homegirl was probably about like 5'6" almost.
The majority all of the females that I've seen her fight was bigger than her. All of them, all
Yeah,
taller.
because she's about like 5'2".
Yeah, she's short.
Even the girl, she's about even Rivas, who she fights this week, she's 5'5".
Yeah,
So she's dealing with that extension.
yeah,
She has a pretty good inside game. She
yeah,
keeps that jab active and
yeah.
her head movement, man. And like you said, she's slick with the feet, knows how to pivot or
Absolutely.
whatever. Like
Yeah,
watching her, like when we talk about that sweet science, she
yeah.
understands that.
Listen, man, she's Little Mac versus the Sandman. You know what I'm saying? From
Right?
Super Punch.
Press the punch out.
You know what I'm saying? And she get
Mm-hmm.
busy. She get busy. So, here at Impose My Will Podcast and Productions, we're very proud of you, man. We rooting on you, and we want to see victory. I feel like this is a level up fight. If and when she wins this fight, I see title contention.
Mm-hmm.
I see it coming up. So yeah. I don't have much more to say about Mikiah, man. She's doing incredible things, man. So any last words that you have about her and anything like that?
Uh, Not no more. I think we done said everything, but honestly, like what I'm expecting out of this card, bro, like
Mm-hmm.
you're literally looking at a potential, which I would love to see,
Mm-hmm.
is all our local fighters
Mm-hmm.
bring it home, bro.
Bring it
Like
home.
that would be dope. Yeah, I mean it looked like a great card. If
Yeah,
you've never been to a boxing event, um, or a professional event,
yeah,
yo, get there. This
yes,
is a ninth. This isn't like no nothing boring, going to the movies or whatever. This is like, yo, get dressed, look good.
yeah.
You see it, everybody coming out looking their best. You got the
Yep.
casino downstairs where you go hit the slots later, but it's a good night. You're gonna run into some great people.
Right.
Man, it's an excellent time, man. It's a great experience. I
Yeah.
honestly, I doubt if I miss another fight after going to the first one there. So
Same. Same here. It's a
yeah.
movie. It's a
Mm-hmm.
it's a movie, man. We gotta get our win somewhere. The Bills. You know what I'm saying? A lot of letdowns with the Bills. You know what I'm saying? So we gotta get our championships for somewhere else, man. Why not fight sports?
I ain't gonna sprinkle no salt in the room, baby. You know what I
Right,
mean? It's Dallas over here. You know
right,
what I
right.
mean? You probably see a terrible towel in the
Yeah, I
background. That's
see
my
it.
girl. She from Pittsburgh. I'll be wanting to tear that down.
Oh
But if I
man.
do, she gonna throw it right back up. So I'm gonna
Right,
let her
right.
have it. I'm gonna try to block it though.
Block it. That's
Right.
hilarious. Yeah. October 4th, Seneca Niagara Casino. Again, if you have not purchased your tickets, there are tickets still available. You can get in contact with the fighters, Mikiah herself, Mike himself. A lot of them actually have tickets. If not, you can
I'll go
get
straight to Ticketmaster.
straight to Ticketmaster. If you are local, you can go right down to the casino and get them from their box office.
Mm-hmm.
Be in the building. If you can't be in the building, check it out on ESPN2. I believe it's going to be on ESPN2. We'll get the actual information. We'll throw it on our Facebook page, Facebook and whatever, all our social media. That's fine.
Yeah, yeah.
But we really want to show up and show out for our people,
Mm-hmm.
especially our fight sports. As you can see, for people from the town, the casino has taken a big interest in fight sports. We getting back-to-back boxing, back-to-back MMA events, and the only
Mm-hmm.
way they're gonna stay is if we come out and support. And so
Right.
that's what we plan to do. Impose My Will
Yeah.
podcast. Yep. Real quick, coming up, man, we got some things in the works. Interview with a legend. Got an interview with a legend coming up. We want to get this October 4th stuff done, and then we're gonna come right back. We're gonna get right
Right.
back in the streets, right back in the community, and we got a legend coming up, which I'm extremely excited for.
Yep.
Merch is on the way. I'm wearing some merch now. I don't know if y'all can see it, but it's all good. Merch is still on the way. A lot of things still on the way. We still building. We still growing. Please hit us up on all of our social media. Follow, subscribe, like the channel. Facebook, Instagram. Hit us at Impose My Will podcast. If you just put in Impose My Will, it may not pop up. You got to put the podcast part.
Yep.
And you will run into us. YouTube, of course, Post My
Yeah.
World Podcast.
Like, comment, subscribe,
Yeah.
chat with us. you know what I'm saying, even, hey, talk amongst yourselves, you know what I'm saying, about the fight, you
Sure.
know what I'm saying? Give
For
us the
sure.
info, you know what I'm saying? Let us know how we doing, even if you dislike it, you know what I mean? Just
Absolutely.
let us know, let us
Thumbs
know.
down.
And right, and shout out to the Philippines. We be getting some hits from the Philippines, so shout
Right.
out to the people out in the Philippines. I know they like to fight. They like boxing. They love the Muay
Yeah.
Thai and stuff like that, man, which is pretty dope. So
Definitely. Shout out to them. Shout out to the new subscribers. We see the views growing and going up, man. Thank you guys. We
yeah,
appreciate y'all.
definitely appreciate you.
Anything else for you, big dog?
Hey, man. Until next time, bro.
Post My World Podcast. Peace.
Peace.